I think that hooking up is a psyop, and there's no way you can convince me otherwise. I don't necessarily possess like the strongest claims or the strongest mm, takes, but I just feel like something's wrong. Like, can't we see? Can't you see, guys, that like it just gets worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse until you're so drained physically and mentally. You are just like you're exhausted. All these endless chase, I feel like it just gets you nowhere. If anything, it feels to me like it's harder for you now to maintain a really I don't know, like long, secure, stable relationship because that's all you're adjusted to now. That's all you're accustomed to now. Endless hopping left and right. And it's hard to blame you personally as a person. It's hard to blame us individually because everyone does that. But then somebody has to take responsibility at the end of the day, right? Or somebody has to start stopping it or something like that. I don't know. Because this hooking up mindset, and I mean, I understand that it's not like we invented it. Like, it's not like we invented it and it's like it just became happening now. I mean, I'm sure it's as old as us, as old as humans, but now it just got popularized. It got maybe shown in a better way, shown in a better look. It's made desirable because, you know, if you are like desired sexually, then you feel better about yourself. You feel better about like who you are as a person. But I feel like it's all fool's gold, really. And again, I don't necessarily have any data. I don't necessarily have any like other friends' first-hand experiences or something. Even though I do have, but I do understand that everyone's experience differs. But it's just like I feel like it's just not working for anybody really. Like, what good is there in hooking up post nut? Like, if anything, it gets really uncomfortable and awkward and like boring even, right? You're like, I don't know. It just feels like I hate being in my skin right now. Because like hooking up, the whole point of hooking up is that you don't even know properly the person who you are doing like intimate stuff with. And once that like human lust moment or desire moment or whatever is over, you're now left with the realization like, the fuck, who's this guy I'm sharing the bed with right now? Like, who the fuck is this guy? Or who the fuck is this girl? Like, what the hell? Like I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe it's like it's me, but it's just like it's a whole ass different person who you've met like 2 times in your life. What if they're gonna murder your ass at night? Like, you never know, right? Like, world is full of crazy people. I'm just saying, and it's not like you should like be afraid of being killed, and hence you should avoid hooking up or something. And I do understand. Maybe I'm coping. Okay, maybe I'm coping because like I missed out on this wonderful youngster college student life stuff where everyone's fucking and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just salty and jealous, and that's why I'm like trying to come up with ways to ruin your fun, guys. But I mean, guys, like, did it really do something? The worst part is that sometimes these hookups, they turn into relationships, and that to me is like really the worst part, because I don't know, it feels like the perception is skewed from the get-go, right? But again, it may be just me or maybe like personal experience or something like that. But I feel like there is reason in it being step by step. I don't want to be like a complete, that kind of person. I forgot the word for it, like who like bans all sex and we should only do it after marriage or something like that. No. By no means. I'm just trying to say, like, I feel like there's rhyme and reason for stuff to be the way they are, the way it is. And we now are kind of reaping what we sow in a way. We are trying to see if things will work differently. and they can. I mean, you can do them, but outcomes are mixed, really. And I don't have a better alternative for you guys, because at the end of the day, hooking up is not something that, you decided to do personally and like, okay, I'll do it. This is normal, right? It's normal, and it's like, in my opinion, it's like it's even physiological, right? This is what humans evolved to do, right? Because you're young, your hormones are up, you're like the prettiest or the most handsome you will ever be. I mean, so it's like it's only normal for you to seek out a potential mate, right? And I don't want to sound like one of those evolutionary psychology guys, because I don't particularly buy that crap, but it does make sense if you really think about it, even without like a psychology or whatever biology department background. Is that like, no shit, right? We are, as humans, are designed to just continuously produce, and so we seek out potential mates. Okay. So the problem is now that it's being preyed on, in my opinion, right? Our like human tendencies and our human maybe vulnerabilities, or like the way we are designed as humans, is being exploited right now. Because no shit, we as humans have to reproduce, right? No shit, we as humans need to find a specific proper mate to like, live our lives, whatever, because we are not supposed to be alone. No shit. The problem is when this search is now popularized, gamified, and like it's all the possible like roadblocks are out now. And what we see, all this bullshit like male loneliness epidemics and yada yada, all that kind of crap where men can't find a women can't find men, even though like the demand is clearly like unbalanced. So this is what we see. And it's not nobody's fault, really, in my opinion. It's just that this is what happens when the walls are removed and the flood comes in, right? This is what happens when our human desires and our human like weakness moments are like increased into maximal levels. I think so. So yeah, what ends up happening is that, yeah, you can have it. It's like really free. It's like 2 clicks away on your phone. Really, you have access to like a crazy amount of like potential mates, right? It's like a crazy pool of like all kinds of people, and it's like endless novelty right in your fucking face, every second of the day. Tell me like your brain is not gonna get fucked up, right? You're not supposed to have it. Or, okay, fine, maybe you are supposed to have it, but you're not like your brain or whatever. I feel like we're just not accustomed to it yet. So we are running like on older hardware, yet the rules of the game are changed. And all these wonderful different movements, both from male and female sides, we are trying to desperately make sense of it. This is where my endless rants about red pill come in, right? If you really think about it, yeah, I understand how like dangerous, misleading, and outright hateful red pill is, and I completely disagree with like the notion of it, the premise of it, the ideas, the postulates, whatever you want to call it. It's bullshit. I completely agree with that. However, this is what men figured out. This is how our best male minds have figured out this is the rule of the game now. I'm not saying they're right. I don't think they are even. But this is one of the explanations to what is happening right now. There are better explanations, really, but I feel like it's nobody's fault. And I mean, this is where, to me personally, like, it's always a dilemma, like a debate of sorts. Is it really nobody's fault, or is it, though? Because at the end of the day, somebody's making the decision to go and like. Okay, all right. I'll just shift gears for a second. So hooking up. All right, fine. Let me give you like whatever benefit of the doubt. Hooking up is cool now, for the sake of the argument. Hooking up is cool. The problem with hooking up, it's not the thing itself, right? It's the aftermath where you realize how easy it is to get whatever you want to get, and how fleeting it is as well, right? So you got it quickly. You like got some kind of whatever nourishment or whatever, like you satisfied your crave, yet it's so short-lived. And you like the high, so you are like left to endlessly chase it. The problem with this is that ultimately it cannot be all done cleanly, in my opinion. And this is where I really, really start to dislike it, because it means that you are walking on the heads of other people in order to satisfy your like egoistic, almost childlike craving for sugar or something, right? So you will lie, right? I mean, cheating, let's say, is out of the window, because like let's give again a benefit of the doubt where it's what is it called? Ethical polyamory? Ethical polyamory. Okay, it's ethical. Define ethical. That's number one. Number two, like just because it's ethical to you, it doesn't mean it's ethical for other people. And then, well, you can push back and you can say, no, but if everyone agrees, if everyone is like, accepts the rules of the game, sure, but like that doesn't mean it's okay now, At the end of the day, I'm sure you'll still fuck someone over. I'm sure you'll still hurt someone or damage someone or like give them some kind of scar or something. And it's not to blame you particularly individual as a person. It's just something that's gonna happen regardless, because you cannot possibly be involved in such intimate acts with like almost complete strangers and do it like with no repercussions. It just doesn't happen in my head, in my reality, in my universe. Somebody always falls in love. Somebody always realizes that somebody actually is lying, that maybe they have a partner, which is like the worst thing ever, right? Maybe, somebody didn't do an STD test. Like, there is just a bazillion things that can go wrong, right? And we are like willingly expose ourselves to such like long-term risk for extremely short-term reward. And it's really hard to conceptualize it, in my opinion, because it's almost like saying to like a smoking person that don't smoke right now, because like 50 years down the line you'll have cancer. Who the fuck gives a shit about that, right? Like cancer, more like, no, I don't give a flying fuck about what happens later. I'll pay for it later, and I'll be really regretting all my actions 50 years before. But like I'll smoke a cigarette right now, no problem, and I'll smoke another one too, right? So this is an extremely messy situation, because humans are messy. We are just messy, right? This is just what we are, and giving us such feast in the form of endless. And I mean, it's funny because in my train of thought, everyone has equal sex, right? Everyone has equal sex, everyone has equal interest, but that's not even the case, right? So it's like people who have lots of sex and people who have no sex virtually whatsoever, they both are suffering because of this model, but just like differently. And like it's almost like we have this saying in Russian where it's like a person who's full will never understand the person who's hungry, and vice versa. This is exactly what's happening, right? Because if you are giving something that free, almost like free of cost, then you clearly see the disparity between the individuals, right? The natural disparities. Because there's always gonna be someone who's the most beautiful person ever, right? Like, this is just a probability game. It's not like because the God hates you or something. It's just that's gonna happen. That's bound to happen regardless. right? Somebody's gonna be better, somebody's gonna be worse, somebody's gonna be better looking, somebody's gonna be worse looking, and that's just normal physiology. Sorry, right? So not only like people are suffering because of a lot of sex, people are suffering because of no sex at all. Because they compare themselves to those who have lots of sex, and they're like, oh, I also want. And even if they would have, they would also like start to realize like, no, fuck, now I have like this all bullshit to deal with, right? So like, ignorance is bliss in a way. So again, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I just think that we should stop acting as if like endless hooking up is gonna solve our problems. And I feel like all this hooking up fucking culture, popularized culture, especially like in social media or like in movies and fucking everywhere. Like look at slop like Euphoria, right? Okay, yeah, sure, you can tell me, dude, no, what are you talking about? Like people who used to be fucking whatever for a bazillion of years. I know, okay, I know. The problem is that now everyone is like getting shoved it in the face. It's nothing to be proud of, right? Just because you had 10 sexual partners last year doesn't make you better or worse. You don't need it, really. Like, you don't necessarily need it. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, people just do stuff. Humans are humans. Attraction is there. I cannot tell anyone how to live their lives, yes. But also, I don't need, as an individual, as a growing younger mind, let's say, okay, fine, I'm 27, let's say, young boys and girls at 17, they look at Euphoria and they're like, damn, I should also be fucking left and right. And nobody can tell me that this is not wrong. Nobody can tell me that this is not wrong. You can say, oh no, actually adults and the family members and mothers and fathers, they should take care of what your child watches. Really, that's what is going to happen. How is it going to happen? By taking away all their phones and like permanently corrupting their belief in trust and creating endless hate for authority, like by merging yourself with your kid, or like keeping all the doors open all the time in the house. That's not going to happen, right? So the least we can do is stop at least glorifying this kind of behavior. I don't think it's good for anyone. I mean, maybe I'm like more authorized to speak on the behalf of men, but I think women are also not having it, man. I don't think they're having it. Because now endless attention, sexual dating market. This sexual dating market is not good for fucking anyone. Just because you have a lot of attention doesn't mean shit. If anything, it's making it worse, in my opinion, genuinely. Because now everyone is objectifying you. Everyone wants you for what you have, not for who you are. And I mean, all those takes, I'm sure, like, they are known for bazillion of years. Everyone regurgitates them all the time. Everyone knows it. The problem is we don't know what to do. I also don't know. I don't have a solution. I just think that we should... And I mean, again, I don't want to go into this whole Jesus is king. Alhamdulillah. All the women who have sex should be castrated, and they should never have, free will, and they should sit at home. I don't believe in that because dude, it makes all the sense that religion is just like a control tool, right? It's just as plain as that. Why all of a sudden in Christianity, homosexuality is such a great sin? Why? Because last time I checked, back in the day, in Sparta and wherever, the whole idea of a strong army was built on pederasty, where your teacher takes you when you're young, has sex with you repeatedly, creating a bond then everyone in the army has their male partner with which you have sex, so that you create this bond, so that when you fight for something, you don't fight for the abstract idea of like, my country or my city or my state. You fight for your lover right here. And then you will fight twice or thrice as hard. How come if homosexuality in this particular case is such a great idea? And by the way, even back in the day, it wasn't even named homosexuality. It wasn't anything really. It wasn't taboo. It was just a thing that people do. It wasn't good or bad. It wasn't even having its own name, really. So, in my opinion, from what I've read, all these strict rules and whatever prohibitions are just a tool to make the population not die off. Because if you're going to have sex with men, nobody's going to have kids. Because last time I checked, men cannot have kids. So you ban homosexuality. You say that it's the worst sin, and God will say, no, that's not good. And then you're forced to have sex with women, creating kids. But again, whatever. I think I digress and I went off the topic. I'm just trying to say that, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just think that we are going to pay, and we are paying for this stuff right now. Because you cannot have endless sex and just not pay for it. You will pay for it emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to name it. You will pay for it, and you are paying for it. And it's not because I'm salty or something. I'm paying for it as well. It is just not supposed to be, I think. Because a lot of other stuff comes along this thing where it's not just the sex, it's the consequences that are certainly bound to happen. All right, thanks. Bye.